Vecna Reborn, Monty Cook, awesome writer. As always, we're joined by Thaddeus. Who are you playing, Thaddeus?
Zebulous Newt, Cleric of Zygag, the god of mirth and eccentricity.
And Jonathan, what are you playing?
Apothnesko, the half-orc warrior.
And hey, winner.
Hi.
Hi. I like your new accessory.
Which one?
The one dangling from your face.
Oh.
Pretty cute.
Who are you playing?
Amaranth, the halfling rogue.
Alright, and we have a new player joining us for this adventure. We have Rose. And you built a character with me yesterday. What are you playing?
I'm playing a character called Erithia, or whatever, and she's an elf and she's a ranger.
Erithia, you are a ranger. And you have noticed some sort of weird disease coming from the mountains that animals seem to have. And so you traveled into the mountains and through the mists. And you're pretty keen on the area you live in. You know things about terrain and your homeland. And the mountains suddenly start not to match what you're used to. It seems like the terrain changes underneath your feet. And it feels like you're somewhere else. As you...
Don't worry, we've all been there before.
Yeah, as you try and find your way around, you come upon a corpse of a dead soldier. The soldier has a breastplate and a shield, and on it they have a crest, a black sword on a red field. Examining the corpse, you notice that it has wounds that are filled with yellow pus, and around those wounds are yellow blisters and pustules. Kind of like the same thing you saw in these animals coming in, which is not a good thing.
Since I'm a ranger, and apparently I'm no longer on my mountain, because mountains don't just up and change whenever they feel like it. That's kind of the big flaw.
Not usually.
So,
There's
so I must be somewhere else. Like, there should be no armies on this mountain, actually. That's really
especially with this crest. This crest matches none of the crests.
That's nothing I've ever seen.
Yes.
So I'm going to travel a lot further to see what else I can find.
All right. Well,
find a cure.
You can track to see where this soldier came from. It seemed to be looking around. You can tell that this soldier was traveling as part of a group or an army. And you can pretty much follow where the soldiers went, because they didn't take time to cover their tracks. There's a large group of them. It's easy to follow where they went.
So I guess I'll track to see where he's been, to find out where he goes.
So as you travel down the road, you find you find a group of these soldiers laying sick on the side of the road. And you see...
You robbed them.
And you see a group of... It looks like a group of travelers that have come upon them, and they seem to be questioning the soldiers.
Well, I guess I can keep my distance to see if the conversation gets violent or not.
All right. You notice one of the travelers that is with them is pregnant.
It's us. I told her to rob us.
I'm a ranger, not a thief. Come on.
That's just the rogue in me. I can't help it. I'm still in character right now.
I would stay back and have...
You also notice that you can't understand a word that anyone is speaking. They're speaking some weird language, and it looks like the travelers are struggling to try and find words in that language to communicate. You can make
Can I understand the travelers?
No, you understand that we don't understand what we're saying. Like, we're...
Okay, I don't understand the soldiers, so I understand the travelers who are questioning.
You don't understand either of them.
We're talking in, like, pauses and
Yeah, like we're obviously struggling to understand the language as well. We're probably in the
You
same.
speak
Alright,
with
I'm
understanding,
definitely not
but-
going to go up and talk to you. Then I'm going to hang out back here because people don't understand each other. It usually ends in violence.
All right, I want everybody to roll a d20 and roll under your wisdom.
Everyone to go to roll 1d20.
1d20.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Everybody but Jonathan made the wisdom roll. So Rose, this is what you notice. First I'm going to go to you. The language that they are speaking seems like an ancient form of languages that you are familiar with. It would be like these people are speaking Latin. Zebulous and Amaranth. You two notice that there is someone watching your conversation. It seems to be a very
Beat her up.
lithe woman, and Zebulous is seeing if he cares or not.
And I don't.
It's a very live ghost.
Would you like to describe yourself, Rose? I think everybody should describe themselves since everybody can see each other, and this is a good time to give each other a description. So we'll start with you, the newcomer, Rose.
what's an 8 considered?
An 8 is not very
Average,
charismatic
or-
at all. But charisma is like, it's more than just good looks. It's
Well,
also
and
your confidence, how you carry yourself, intimidation. It's how polite or receiving you are to other people. It's your social, like, niceties and not being socially awkward, you know? So an 8 is low. Considering 10...
That's actually awesome.
10 is moderate, is in the middle.
Okay. Then I am an elf that's, I guess, Caucasian elf. I've got brown hair, looks kind of matted. Probably got a good amount of scars on me. I'm tall, but I'm kind of big boned, I guess.
So
I'm apparently like morbidly obese or some shit because my character can't stop eating. And I also have a drinking problem.
I'm not what you consider a pretty elf. I'm kind of like a meh. She's an elf because ears and everything, but she's nothing special kind of elf. That's what you say.
she looks like she's been on the road a while and maybe
Yeah.
is a bit sun-weathered.
Yeah, she's got some scars in her hair. It's missing some clumps out of it.
Maybe gruff and not the finer points of tact.
Past is
So, Zebulous, what does Zebulous look like?
I would plunk my avatar down on the game screen, but I
Oh.
can't seem to. Anyway, wearing hide armor, carrying a staff.
being a badass.
Yeah, except right now he's like depressed, so he's just kind of sits around moping, and half the time he doesn't care about anything because he had a bad experience with a ghost.
I had a bad experience with a lot of ghosts lately.
So, Winter, describe Amaranth.
I'm a halfling rogue. Like I said, I think I'm obese. I don't know. Earlier I asked if I could be an anorexic halfling rogue, and apparently I can't stop eating. So
You can have a
I
high
have a
metabolism.
problem.
You can
I
have
have a bit of a drinking problem. It's okay. I have an NA token around here now.
you can have a high metabolism and be skinny.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
You can be skinny if you want. I'm not gonna like pigeonhole you into how you look. You can look however you want.
Okay.
Exceptionally
Do I tell you like the charisma and intelligence and everything? Is
No,
that
no.
relevant?
Like you
No?
can say how good looking you are, how not good looking you are, or you can say like I have blue eyes or blonde hair or black hair and black eyes or whatever you want. You can have gray eyes. You can
I got black hair and green eyes.
you can say a little bit about how you carry yourself if you're
I'm kind of a
Shy
troll
or-
sometimes, and then sometimes I'm I don't know.
all right.
She introduced herself as part of the scouting corps.
Oh yeah, I introduced myself as being
Yeah, I'm
part
gonna
of the scout
question
regiment,
that by the
the
way
attack
later.
titan.
All right, Jonathan. Apothnesko, what's he look like?
He's
Yeah. not the really good looking kind. With like a six-pack and shit.
This is very strong, very quiet.
Yeah,
And-
quiet and
Very stoic.
And,
But he's got like a halberd, so, you know, giant weapon.
and orc-like features. Though,
So a major underbite.
yeah. Everybody notices each other except for Jonathan, who doesn't... Except for Apothnesko, who doesn't notice the newcomer that has come upon this camp of casualties.
Okay, so if she's not going to approach us, we have to approach her. Do we charge, or do we do it like quietly? Do we attack from afar, like in Neopets? What do we
Well,
do?
If you're gonna
if-
attack me,
If I
I'm
care,
staying away because there's diseased people. Okay, before it was just an animal, now it's like human type creatures. I'm not so sure I want to go over and poke it with a stick.
if I cared, I might say that we should, you know, say
You cared?
hi, but whatever.
Oh,
Yes,
she
apparently I
doesn't know
don't
about
care.
my ghost disability.
No, they... Not unless you tell her. She's not gonna know.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I don't want them to know how crazy I am. Because in China, it's like, you know, serious business.
I'm afraid we figured it out, but I don't care.
You're like, she's not attacking us. She's not making any moves. Ignore her for now. Yeah.
The halfling saunters right on over to you.
Saunter, I swagger.
Swagger right over. Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna say who I am, like my name. I am Erithia.
All right,
And point to myself.
Amaranth. She speaks this. She speaks a common tongue, and she introduces herself. And she doesn't speak an older language. What's that language called?
Old.
ancient Flan.
Flan. You got it. It's right here.
Yellow.
Thank you, Thaddeus. Ancient Flan.
Language of pudding.
Yeah. The
I
first.
start screaming at her and dancing randomly, and I point.
You're like, okay, I might knock you out if you started doing that.
Remember when we did that to the guy at the coffee shop, Thaddeus? The guy who was staring at us and I just started dancing. He
Yeah.
looked in.
Well, I introduced myself, so you're just gonna randomly start dancing like a crazy person, or just say my name
No,
is.
because you just informed me that if I do that, apparently you're gonna knock me out. So I know better.
Well,
now.
I'm gonna assume you're crazy because there's 6 people here. So just do it.
Unfortunately, Erithia has an intelligence of 8, so
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume the worst if you
Like
start acting
Apothnesko.
crazy.
All right.
I'm not gonna kill you, but I'll knock you out
So-
if you do that.
So.
The dog, what are you doing in my territory? No, I'm just kidding.
So. Okay. So Amaranth.
you're gonna knock her out, or just not like recoil maybe and stare. I mean,
Amaranth seems stupidly happy that someone speaks her language and begins to dance. And the elf pulls out a bow because she has no idea what the hell is going on here.
No, I'm not gonna dance. No, I'm not gonna dance.
Too late!
No,
If you
I
said
noticed
it,
it.
hey,
I was gonna say,
you
I
said
noticed
it.
dancing.
Shot in the face. I don't
Winter-
want to take an arrow to the knee.
Winter, you said I'm going to dance, and then only after she said I'm going to knock you out, did you say no, 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 no. So, you danced.
Obviously, I was kidding because I'm not gonna scream at her.
You danced. Hold on.
And point.
You danced. She pulled out a bow and arrow, and you immediately
I
stopped.
use my silver dagger and conk her over the head.
She pulls out a weapon,
Knock her out.
Mr.
And-
Foo-Foo, bump him on the head.
and Amaranth immediately stops dancing.
Yeah, okay.
Serious
So she immediately
business.
stops dancing after I pull out my bow. Okay.
Yes, that's what
I'm
happened.
gonna. Okay, then I'm gonna say. What is wrong with you? Are you okay?
That's what my therapist wants to know.
Well,
I see
apparently
dead
I
people.
care about this situation, so I'm gonna come on over. Like,
I'm like,
Whoa.
all right, person.
All right, the priest is now coming over. Jonathan, you notice this now. There's no way you can't notice it.
dancing people.
The pregnant woman comes over too. Marith makes her way over there.
what is going on?
What language are you speaking, Thaddeus?
Well, I'm probably going to be asking Amaranth what's going on, so I'll use common.
Okay.
Hey, what's
Wait,
going
you
on?
say, Amaranth?
Did
So what's
I
going on?
found a thing. Can we keep her?
Um,
No. Can I have her?
You do whatever you want.
Do you care? I can have this.
Do I care if you can have her or not?
She's a sweet elf.
Why were you dancing?
I don't know.
Because she's adorable. Duh.
Yeah, I have a case of that. Coming down with it pretty badly.
Alright.
Because I have Down syndrome.
Talk to Erithia. Hello?
I can't understand him if he's common tongue, right?
Yeah, you can speak
Yes, you
common.
can.
Yeah.
Oh, I can speak common. Okay, then I'm going to speak common back and say, hello, what is wrong with the very short halfling thing?
She's
Fisticuffs.
apparently very happy to see you. I think it's because you speak our language.
Okay,
He gets me.
where am I? This mountain does not look familiar.
Oh, so you're here and you don't know how you got here?
I'm not even sure where here is at this time.
Welcome to the club. You're apparently in Ravenloft. Each of us appeared in similar fashion. We've been told that the realm kind of just, if it needs a person, it just yanks them to their location. It's very annoying. It's happened to us several times so far.
I was yanked here, I suppose, while I was trying to find out the infection these soldiers have, whatever the sickness is, the animals on my mountain were still here to develop it. So I guess I'm here because of that.
Ah. Well, if you got pulled here and we got pulled here, perhaps we should join forces and try to figure out what's
Our
going on.
powers combined.
We are Captain Planet. Oh, wait.
Well, I cannot understand soldiers, so I suppose speak with individuals that at least speak my language.
Well, we found this lady on the road and we've been learning the language from her, so we could probably...
It would
Should
be
we
good
even-
to have people that can translate.
Cool.
So she needs to like try to learn the language now too, right? Haha, you're gonna spend like the next 4 days trying to figure this stuff out.
Well, maybe she'll have help since we know both languages, and we can tutor Apothnesko as well.
She almost shot me in the knee.
You know, I
Well,
have
you
a
were
question.
dancing like an
Even
insane.
though I'm not necessarily intelligent, I can still read situations and people fairly well, can't I? More intuitive.
What's your wisdom? What?
14.
Yeah, you can.
I don't necessarily have to know the language to understand what they're saying.
Because you really don't need explaining.
Context clues.
Those things, yeah.
It would be
Okay.
nice to know the language, though. It sounds like something I've heard before. Very, very old language, though.
Okay. Well, we are going to a town. Towns are fun places.
I will go with you to the town. I
Cool.
will travel with you.
Because there's nothing we can do for these poor sick bastards.
Do you have any idea what it is? Does it
Well, I examined a corpse earlier. It's some kind of disease. It's like necrotic, so...
It's the chicken AIDS.
Yeah, well, my chickens seem unaffected thus far. Anyway,
Your chickens are immune. That explains some things on the mountain where I was at, I suppose. Why now the birds seem to take illnesses.
I think it's a magical attack, really. It's probably a... They keep talking about some guy called the Whispered One. It's probably like a necromancer or a lich.
Well, I would avoid the
Okay.
corpses and the people that seem afflicted then as much as possible.
Anyway, I guess we're here to, like, take him down, which kind of sucks.
The Witch King.
Well, I'm here to find a cleric, so if that is part of the process, I will help you with that.
Alright. Onward.
All right. Is there any other questions you want to ask this guy? These soldiers that are kind of, on their last legs here.
What happened to you?
All right.
What is the answer? What is the meaning of life?
You go back and you talk to the guy, and he's like, you ask him who attacked you, and he goes,
I failed my wisdom.
he goes, "Oh, it's the forces of the Whispered Ones. He strives to invade our land, Tavog." And he points to the direction you're going, towards the town. Terrible.
Can I ask him a question?
Terrible war machines made from flesh of the dead. As awful as it was not as bad as if those things... As bad as it would if the Whispered Lord had won his way into Vog. Please, you should know that only the efforts of brave protectors will the evil of the Chained God be contained. And he just dies. He dies right there.
Oh, I wanted to ask him a question.
There are other walking wounded around.
Can I ask a walking wounded, or has anyone asked for me how long the disease takes to show? Like how long do people have?
You ask one of the guys, and he's like, I don't know. We've been here for hours, and it's only gotten worse, and our wounds seep. This disease is a new thing.
Who's the
I
chain?
have a bandage.
He is the Whispered One. He is the maimed lord.
Maimed.
Name?
He's the dude on the picture.
He's the dude on the
One
picture.
eye.
The cover. Didn't you notice? Didn't you see that thing?
Yeah.
The creepy dude in blue, okay.
Oh, he's missing a hand and an eye. Okay.
And he's wearing a dress for some reason. But hey,
I have an iPad, so it might help.
Can I suggest something for the party?
He's very piratey. You could get a hook
Okay.
and an eye patch.
Yeah, he is. But, if this infection, does anyone know if it spreads by touch, or is it just magically airborne and does everything at once that way?
Magically delicious. I don't know. We haven't been exposed to it yet. We haven't contracted it yet. And we've been in the air with it.
It's a good thing to ask. How does it spread?
How does it
Just
spread?
from the war machines, or have you given it to each other?
It seems
I asked that last time. Remember when we were raiding that guy's corpse?
it comes
We couldn't figure
from
it out.
it comes from the blades and weapons of the armies of the Chained God.
Oh, apparently they like to attack small defensive animals. Okay.
If it's infected animals, though, how did it do that? Unless
Yeah, nothing mutated.
the Chained God army has been hacking random animals.
Probably. Why not?
So
Well, the animals are anything like me. They suddenly appear in this area. They could appear right in front of one of the chain god things and get sliced to bits by accident. And wander back through wounded.
This universe is supposed to be using its magic to move us around because it needs us in certain places or something. I don't think it'd be randomly
It
moving.
needs fear.
animals.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, I
that's
don't think
also
it does
inherently.
that.
It's also supposedly inherently evil, so that makes no sense. But whatever.
So it
So
goes,
it's
I will
defensive. It's
kill
effective
your
with those
bunnies
deer
and
days.
cause a plague
Deer
upon
days.
your fluffy bunnies and your cute animals. They just die.
Well, think about this. Take a second to think about this. Maybe you guys aren't as important as maybe some of the other bigger fish it has to fry in this.
A deer.
Maybe we're like the fluffy bunnies, but it's still from my place. And we
We are
threw
but
back.
we are but pawns. Okay. All right. Well,
Well, Ravenloft is stealing bunnies.
Don't underestimate the bunny. Monty Python, guys.
This is true.
More for
Maybe it's trying to make some horrible uneasy and zombie monkeys. That would be terrifying.
Maybe the guy is like spreading unrest and infecting wildlife. Anyway, that's cool.
All right.
I wonder if Raven like spits people, like takes people and spits animals back when they're places. I know
Maybe-
it's a weird thought.
Maybe
Maybe
how many turns into a massive a group of
To
deer.
a doe in a
maybe it was
deer.
luring you up into the mountains.
Oh, so it's got a purpose. It's all for me. Well, I feel awfully special now.
It's all for
Yeah.
you, Damien.